Hi everyone, my name is King Ivy and this is Introduction to Visual Basic for Applications, or better known as VBA. So today we're going to cover Excel down, Excel up, Excel to right, Excel to left. And if that's all foreign to you, it won't be by the end of this video. So let's get started. Hopefully everyone has Visual Basic open at this point, Alt F11, and I've set up a new subroutine based off the module I imported. I call it format. I don't know why I don't name my subroutines better, but that's fine. I am going to post a link so that you can have access to this file. It's going to be the same as my keyboard shortcut video, just because I think it's handy because I show you some keyboard shortcuts and now I'm going to show you how to program them. So how cool is that? So what we're going to do first, pretty simple. We're going to go A1 dot select. So you're going to see it's going to, or sorry, on A1, so it's not going to do anything. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go active cell dot end, and then we're going to go Excel to right dot select. So let's take a look at that in action. So right now it's on A1, and now it's moved to D1, which is expected. So let's try to go around the world back to where we started using these end commands. So we're gonna go Excel. So you notice that for right and left it says to right, to left. Don't ask me why it says that as opposed to this Excel right. I'm sure there's a logical reason, and maybe someone can post the reason in the comments below. So we're just gonna go all around. Perfect. Maybe we want to go, just so that we know that we were there, we can go active cell dot color interior color index. So I'm just gonna select a random number, so I'm gonna select 3. Maybe we want to throw that in. Just so that we can, there you go, so you can see everywhere we've been. Perfect. So that's good. So it's a really handy tool, especially if you're creating programs. It's good to know Excel down, Excel up, Excel to right, Excel to left. So it's good. That's fine and dandy. But what happens if I want to, for example, highlight as opposed to just moving between the cells? It's a good, excellent question. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna start from here, and then we're gonna go range. So we're gonna put a range. So we're gonna say what the current cell selection is, and then we're gonna say simply like active cell to the right. So go to the right dot select. It's pretty straightforward. So we're gonna see here A1. There you go. It's highlighted. So that's good. That's handy. You can do the same thing. So you can do essentially just copy this and just change it to paste afterwards, and then just go Excel down, and then what you'll see here, now it's highlight to the right and now it's going to highlight down. So really quick and easy way of, and you can obviously copy and then paste it somewhere else, or you can see how useful it can be if you use it correctly. So what we're going to do next is how to calculate the last row, and you're going to use this last row very often, trust me. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, and I'm not going to properly define it, but let's delete everything and just go cells row dot count, which is essentially all the rows. It might be rows dot count. Is it rows dot count? Yeah, it is rows dot count. 1, which is column 1, which is column A. Dot select. So it's going to go to the very bottom, and then we're going to go active cell dot n Excel up dot select. And then what you'll see, it's going to go to the very bottom. Now I'm on the last row. So how do I calculate the last row number? So excellent question. So let's go last row equals essentially active cell dot row, which dot row will return the row number that's on. So that's good. So let's check that out. So we're gonna debug. So you see that it's empty right now. Now it's 21, which is exactly correct. So what we're gonna use this for is actually to calculate do a subtotal of columns C and D without knowing particularly what the row number is. Could be a million rows, could be, in this case it's 21, but we're going to use last row as a function of doing that. So we're going to go cells dot last row plus 1 column 3 dot formula, not sure why, R1 C1. There you go. So we're going to go equals, quotation equals sum. And then we're going to use these relative things. So these ones take a little while to get used to. Essentially, R and C represent rows and columns. So we're going to go sum. So you have to give a range for a sum. So we're going to go R2. And then 2 outside a square bracket means absolute. So give me row 2. Same column. Colon. R bracket -1, or in this case -1, which basically says whatever cell I'm on right now, or whatever cell I'm referencing to, which is the, I'm going to change this in a bit before we hit play. And then same column. So I'm going to actually do this. I know you don't like that. I'm going to go dot select, and then I'm going to go active cell here. So if we play through this, what you'll see, this is really cool and really neat. It's a very powerful, it's very simple to do this and make it dynamic. So what you're going to see here, it's going to go, now it's selected the row, and now it's going to go row 2, and then sum row 2, same column that the active cell's in, or whatever cell I'm referencing. In this case, I'm referencing the active cell. Same column, row -1, square bracket -1, which means whatever cell I'm in right now, or whatever cell I'm referencing to, in this case is the active cell, go one above, and then same column, and then it does total. Very cool, very neat. Obviously I could do this in another way without using the relative cells, but you're going to see why I really like using the active cell. So we're going to go active cell dot offset. It's going to ask you what do you want to offset. So in this case, I'm going to offset 0 rows, and I'm going to offset 1 column. So it's going to go to the right, and I'm going to go dot. Sorry, actually, I skipped ahead. So we're going to go active cell dot copy, simple copy, and then I'm going to paste that formula to the next cell. So you'll see here, does subtotal, or does the total, copies it, pastes it to column D. So whether or not I add, give you an example, I'm going to add in just a bunch more rows, and let's see if it still works. So we're going to actually delete this, and let's see how great this is. See how good this program is. Obviously this is just, so I can press F8, I'm going to debug, go to the very bottom, go up, calculate last row, which is now row 27, plus 1, active cell, do the formula, boom. How exciting is that? So really quick, easy, powerful way, very simple. You can see once you actually start using it, you're going to see how useful it is to do subtotal, how easy it's now going to be to do subtotals no matter how many rows there are, how easy it's going to be to copy and paste into different rows and consolidate data. So it's really, really a great way to step up your Excel knowledge and use a tool that's not really that difficult. What is this? Like 7 lines of code? And I probably did this really inefficiently too. So you can probably definitely do it faster as well. So really great tool. Hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next workshop.